Welcome to Eat Color. Today, our recipe is a classic Italian dish called greens and beans. In my family, though, we call it escarole and beans. It is like the perfect meatless dish. Escarole and beans is one of those great meals that Italians grow up with that brings such comfort. It's delicious, flavorful, and healthy, coming together with little effort. Italians are famous for making dishes with very few ingredients, and this is one of them. We've got four. We've got escarole, the star of the dish, cannellini beans, 1 can, 3 garlic cloves, and almost 2 cups of chicken broth. And this recipe will give you about, maybe 2 to 4 servings. Let's prep our escarole. We want to peel all the leaves away from the stem, and I'm dropping them in a pot that's in my sink, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But this escarole gets like dirty for some reason, so we need to make sure we wash it. We need to wash our greens 3 times. And in case you can't find the escarole, other greens, it's called greens and beans, so other greens work. So I have my leaves soaking in a pot full of water, and like I said, we're going to do this 3 times. And each time it soaks, we'll dump out this water, the dirty water, and we'll refill it. And we'll do that 3 times. In the meantime, though, to keep busy, the lettuce leaves need to be ripped up. And so usually the first time I go through here and I rip them up in 3 pieces. And then maybe the second time that it gets washed, I'll rip them even smaller. And then the third time, smaller yet, because the end goal is to have each one of your leaves about a 1-inch square piece. Our greens are all washed. They're ready to go. Olive oil in the pan. I've already preheated this pan a little bit, so it's a little warm. While it's getting a little bit warmer, let me point out our cannellini beans, we rinsed and we drained them. And they're ready to go. And this can, don't throw it away, because we're going to use this as a measuring tool in just a second. Our garlic. So I got 3 garlics, and we're just going to slice them and let them go ahead and simmer into this olive oil here. It's not quite hot enough, but it's going to get there, you guys. And just slice them, all 3 of them. Our garlic cloves are nicely browned, and they're browning nicely. And so now we're just going to take our escarole and go ahead and lift it and drop it in there. Just like this. Our cannellini beans, put them right on top. Let's put some salt in here. We need about, probably 2 teaspoons of salt. One can full of chicken broth. Oh, it's a little quieter now. And if you like a little kick, which I do, I always put a little bit of red pepper flakes in here. And now, guys, what are we going to do next? We are going to raise this temperature up and get it to a boil. And then as soon as it boils, we're going to lower it. But let's get our cover on, just like this, and kind of wait for it to get to a boil. When you hear it, see it, go ahead and lower it, but keep it at a rolling simmer for a good 20 minutes. Let's take a peek at this. It's been 20 minutes. It looks beautiful. And what I want to do is take a little taste. You want to taste the greens just to make sure they're nice and soft and they're cooked. Oh my gosh, perfection. And you always want to taste, make sure it's got enough salt, which it does, it's perfect. And you know what, guys? This is like the simple version. Some people put anchovies in here, or red sauce, or sausage, even pasta. No. This recipe, the way my family does it, is the simple, because we think it's like the best. The best part about Italian food is eating it. And I know of two ways to eat this escarole and beans. So the first is that you want to get your favorite piece of bread and put a little bit of olive oil on both sides and toast it. Then you put it at the bottom of the bowl, and then you'll go ahead and get some of your greens and your beans, and you kind of drizzle it right there on top of the bread. This is like how my dad absolutely loved to eat it. And then you take some Parmesan cheese, and you want to get some Parmesan cheese on there. And then with every spoonful, you're going the bread like gets soft. And so the juices soak up in that bread. And with every spoonful, you get like this delicious flavor. And the second way to eat it is you just get your empty bowl and you put your greens and your beans, in our case, our escarole and our beans, in our bowl. And then you get your Parmesan cheese. You still got to get that Parmesan cheese on there. And you drizzle it in. And then you take your bread, right? And you can take your bread and you can just get it in there and let all the juices just soak up into your bread. You get it all soggy and you eat it. I don't know what it is about the juices in this dish that are just like amazing. Oh my gosh, y'all. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys make this delicious escarole and beans or greens and beans, whatever you want to call it. Until next week, we'll see ya. Bon appetit.